これね、平で叩けるかもしれない。あ、平で叩いてこうやって。平で叩いてこうやって。僕らの感覚だとこうするでしょ。こうついててほしいんだよね。
This is probably the closest technique to our unique parry techniques in our Ryuha, Asayama Ichiden Ryu.
あ、なかなかいい。
ちょっとぶつかりましたね。皆さんこんにちは。And welcome to Let's Ask Seki Sensei. I'm your host Shogo from Let's Ask Shogo, and this is Seki Sensei. Seki Sensei, 本日もよろしくお願いします。お願いします。こちらですね。
わかんない。
これ実はロングソードです。
どう使っていいかわかんない。
そうなんですよ。そう。全然ちょっとロングソードと刀全く違うものではあるんですけれども、まあたくさんですね。Seki Sensei はヒーマンについてどうお考えですかっていう実は意見が出ました。
Seki Sensei is a Kobudo master with more than 40 years of experience in training with Japanese katana. However, none of us have any experience with Western swords. But I thought it might be interesting to hand a longsword to Seki Sensei, who doesn't know anything about it, and see how he would try to use it. So today, Seki Sensei, 22nd headmaster of Kobudo Asayama Ichiden Ryu with 400 years of history, will try fighting with a longsword with zero experience and knowledge. I hope this video will be interesting for anyone training with longswords to see what a katana master would think of doing with a longsword. However, again, we have no experience with Hima and longswords, so if you are making any mistakes or have any misunderstandings, please let us know in the comments. By the way, tickets for a 3-day training camp in Japan by Seki Sensei and Let's Ask Shogo are now on sale. Check out our Patreon page for more information. So then, let's get started. After Seki Sensei swung the longsword around in the dojo for a while, there was something he wanted to say immediately.
これがちょっと自分に当たりそうになるね。邪魔な感じがするね。
ですよね。音がすごいですね。
こう危ない。
あ、確かに。
For katana users, the handguard that stretches to the side is something that we are not used to. If you try to swing it like a katana, the handguard hits your head and shoulders. So Seki Sensei has a question for any longsword trainees watching this video.
僕らの感覚だとこうするでしょ。こうついててほしいんだよね。知りたいところ逆にもう何もわからない。
From our point of view, we would want the handguard to be stretching in the direction of the sharp edge. Why is it in this direction, and how should we handle it correctly? Are we doing something wrong? But there was one part that he liked very much.
これはいいね。
あ、下のところでストッパーがついてるっていう。
Because the end of the hilt is slightly larger, you can throw thrust the sword forward and it stops in your hand. This is actually a technique you can do with the katana too. We'll make a video about that soon. Then let's have Tsukara-san join with a bokuto to see how you could fight against the katana. The various obvious difference between a longsword and a katana is
反りがないからね。反りを使えないです単純にね。
For example, using the maki techniques we've introduced before is very difficult without a curve. Other typical techniques like ukenagashi and hitting the katana away worked, but Seki Sensei was constantly surprised by how long the sword could reach. However, when he tried half swording, we found a problem.
あ、これが。
The handguard got caught in the opening of the kimono. There are various theories, but this could be another reason why the tsuba handguards of Japanese katana are round. But because the tsuba is round, it doesn't do as much guarding as a longsword.
ただ受けんのには安定するね。ガンってこう。これ絶対安定する。
刀のつばより全然安定しますね。
全然安定するね。
ダン! You could do something similar with the katana, but it wouldn't be so stable. After trying various techniques with the longsword, there was something that Seki Sensei realized.
これでさ、こう使うと反りがないけど、こう使えば使えるのかな？こう平でこうペンと。そう一連流のような作用ができる。
If you flip the sword and use the wide side of the blade, you can parry the opponent's sword. This is probably the closest technique to our unique parry techniques in our Ryuha, Asayama Ichiden Ryu. Then, if this is possible, Seki Sensei thought up another technique you might be able to use.
これね、平で叩けるかもしれない。平で叩いてこうやって。平で叩いてこうやって。日本刀だったら刃でやるのね。刃でやってこっちへこう返すんですよ。これ平でね、平で叩いてこうやる。ほら。ほら。勝手にそれていく。勝手にそれていく。
If you try to use this technique from the Jodan Opera stance, you must make some adjustments.
こうなっちゃうけどね。こうなっちゃうけどね。だから引いて使おうかな俺が。ああ、なるほど。そうすると突きになるから。こう。おお。こう。
おお。
あ、なかなかいい。
ちょっといいところが、ちょっといいところ見つかりましたね。
平に当ててこうするっていうのがなかなかいい。
ああ、いい発見ですね。
Thanks to Seki Sensei realizing this technique, he started to like the longsword very much. Then from here, Tsukara-san will hold the longsword instead to see how Seki Sensei will fight against it with a katana. After trying out a variety of techniques, there was something that Seki Sensei realized.
そっか、これね、真ん中にしのぎ立ってっからだ。案外とそれちゃう。
ああ、なるほど。
だからこう当てがう。そうするとほら。
でも、スパンって言ってしまうんですね。
で、こう当てがうとこう入る。
Shinogi is a word that refers to the ridges on the blade. Because the shinogi of the longsword is in the middle of the blade, there are two sides where the blade could get parried away, which is much more easily parried than a katana if you use our Asayama Ichiden Ryu techniques.
合わせない方がいいけんだね。だからこうやっといてブンブンくる、ね、合力でブンブンくるっていうのがいいかもしれない。合わせるとやりやすいね。日本刀を合わせると。
This was the biggest and most interesting finding we had this day. In traditional Japanese kenjutsu, effectively using the shinogi to block, parry, and attack is very important.
So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. 僕自身も初めて実は見たというか、持ってみたというか、日本刀の方の特徴であったりとか技術を再確認できたので、
僕はこれ気になっちゃった。
そうですね。
使い方
ですね。
それで気になっちゃった。
はい。そこをぜひもたくさんやってらっしゃる方が
そうですよね。教えてください。
はい、ご教示いただけたらなというふうに思います。So everyone, if you enjoyed watching this video of Seki Sensei trying out the longsword, please let us know in the comments about what we should do next. And our goal is to achieve 150 members on our online lessons. If you're interested in learning the Asayama Ichiden techniques from Seki Sensei, please take a look at the description box. 先生、改めまして誠にありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。Everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. 皆さんどうもありがとうございました。
Want to learn iai and kenjutsu skills from the Kobudo master, Seki Sensei? Our online lessons have perfect English interpretation and are accessible to anyone worldwide. We will even be providing down ranks depending on your progress. Check the description box or pinned comment to join now.